Yes, I did. Brought it back to the crib. See how he live. But it ain't that serious. It's that shit. People do it just like this. Hey, man, what's up?
Whoa, whoa. Hey, listen, the fact that you hype about free agency, you feeling like that the Rockets
Champion!
are looking like, paper champions,
Do you realize
that you're
that you
paper
are a
champions.
champion? Yeah,
Yeah,
brother. Hey,
yeah.
man, hey, this the thing. If you don't do it, at least make me feel like you trying to do it.
So basically, come on
Something to
now.
make me feel
And
better.
that's what they did, brother. That's what they did, man.
Well, they
After
did shoot
after
the,
the last
they shot the club up. They shot the club up. Like, first and foremost, before I start giving you guys kudos in the front office and everything y'all done in the free agency, Rob Pelinka, for every good move you make, you wet the bed. You dookie on yourself. For every good move, you come behind that. That is his consistency. I'm
or
serious.
doing stories for every bad move, every couple of bad moves, he throw in a good move in there
Well,
to make you
everything
feel
he
a little bit
did.
better.
Okay, so you get Luca, you get the steal of the decade, and then instead of just trading your first rounder and like Cam Reddish, you shouldn't even connect in the trade, because you look up on draft night, they give up a first rounder and one player, and it's done. And Mark Williams is a son now. You could have did that and made a run last year. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. So that was the bad move. And then the fact that you got Dorian Finney-Smith, you got rid of
Ooh,
D'Lo, and I can't even remember who the player was in the trade. And now that's nothing, because you let that guy walk, because you lowball him on the years and the money. And a segment or two ago, I said the only thing the Rockets need is another 3D guy and a guard. And then they took from our church's money.
we ain't take nothing from nobody. Y'all let them go. One
We let
man's
him go.
trash, another man's
We let him
trash.
walk.
Yeah, yeah, brother.
So
You didn't appreciate what you had apparently.
another man's loss is another man's treasure. You know what I'm talking about?
So y'all got 8-0, and they like with at least 3-4 days before anybody even talked about Aiden. I told you, I said I think y'all gonna get Aiden.
So let me explain something to you. So we're getting Aiden, but are we getting the Aiden that was the young, wiry one that was looking like one of the best young centers in the league the first 3-4 years? Are we getting the Aiden that's immensely died in Portland, which a lot of people go in Portland and
A lot
die?
of people said that he was being selfish and he just wasn't being a team player and things wasn't going his way. If you're gonna insert him into a locker room where you know that he can't control that and bring that locker room down, if it's any locker room, it's gonna be a LeBron locker room.
And you stole my thunder. That's what I was going to elaborate on. You did well. That's facts. There's not too many. It's one of them things where if you go in a locker room with a veteran like LeBron, or any veteran like KD, or any veteran that's led like Steph, and you can't get your act together there, you can't get your act together anywhere. That's the known narrative. So
Yeah,
I
so
feel
this
like
is sink or swim
right,
for
sink or swim.
DeAndre Ayton.
And he's going to dictate whether he makes some money from here on out. He's going to dictate it himself. So I think he still has a lot in the tank. He hasn't been a. See, this is what I like about him. He hasn't been injured a lot. And to be a big man and to be able to run up and down. Now, I don't know if his
Durability.
athleticism, huh? His durability, and his availability. So I like that out of him, but I just don't know if he still got the same kind of bunnies he had when he was first in the league. I don't know if he still
Here's
got
the
it.
crazy part about it. After seeing y'all last year, you didn't need him to be his top. You really could have had any big man in there. Just have a big man. And so kudos to the Lakers for realizing that and going out and getting one. But like you said, don't let Finney Smith walk.
And they did. And then to get a guy named LaRavia from the Sacramento Kings, who I did not know merely was effective enough to even be trying to get in free agency on the first day. What are we doing here? And then you got guys on the bench that can do what he does. Like Don Connect does what he does. I just didn't understand that move.
Head scratcher, for sure.
So as far as that goes, I got Aiden behind me. I'm backing up the young fella. I feel like they have a decent little big three, but they still need to get a DeAnthony Melton. He's out there. I would like to see them get Chris Paul. because Chris Paul is the guard that got DeAndre Ayton started, and he's a vet, and he's saying he wants to go back to California. Why not? Why not have one of run with LeBron and Paul together? Spells Luka at the point guard position, gives you a solid second unit, and then you sparing him with legs. So I like Chris Paul going to the Lakers.
Feels like you're making your team old and your team that you really need to be trying to find some youth.
Yeah, I mean, again, they still have Vincent under contract. They got Vanderbilt. Yeah.
And then you still got Westbrook, right? Westbrook out there, right?
Yeah, Westbrook's out there. You got Jonathan Kuminga, which I think he's gonna essentially stay with the Warriors or get maybe traded.
Yeah.
You got Al Horford. Al Horford's out there. Speaking of
But
a
I'm
big
saying, as far as guards,
guard,
if you think it's kind of a fit, Russ said he wanted to be back close to home.
you talking about for the Lakers?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he would go down that road again. I don't think that they would. You trolling. You trolling.
It's not gonna happen. I need a guard, man.
Yeah, we need a guard. We need some guards. But nah, man, I'm not. I feel like that there's no fire lit underneath me. I don't have a lot of optimism as far. I mean, the NBA has gotten better. I mean, the Lakers are a top 10 team in the NBA, but not a top 5 team. And so, with that said, you just gotta wait and see how things are gonna play out. But yeah, I could name 5, 6, 7 teams in the West that are more dangerous. So, and speaking of being dangerous in the West, let's switch gears over to Clutch City, man. In the free agency.
Man. Hold on, before you do that, man, you said they top 10, but not top 5. Tell me who, in your opinion, your humble opinion, who is in the top 5? Who's the top 5? Top 5.
Top easy, the champions, OKC.
I agree.
Then you got to go with. I'm not naming by row. I'm just saying, like, this is not an order, because this is not an order. I'm just saying. I'm gonna definitely go. I definitely got to go with the New York Knicks with the fact that they was in the Eastern Conference Final and the Eastern Conference and got a little weak, and they went and got Jordan Clarkson and the big fella, the French fella down low. I can't think of his name. It's a hard name to pronounce right now.
I know you're talking about.
Wide low.
Yeah. So you got.
So New York, OKC.
OKC.
I'm definitely gonna go with Cleveland still being in the mix. They had the best record in the league last year.
Right.
Then I'm going with your Houston Rockets.
Okay.
Right, and it's
top 5.
And it's a toss-up between the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks at this point.
Mavericks? I did not put the Mavericks anywhere close to my top 5, brother.
Hey, well, you better start because Kyrie probably won't be there.
You will put the Mavericks over the Wolves, the Clippers,
Absolutely.
the Lakers, the Grizzlies,
Absolutely.
the Magic.
Absolutely. When healthy.
I'm talking about for next year. Who they have going in to be able to play. Right now, they're not in the top 5, not in the top 10.
Well, I mean, I would put them over LA and Nuggets. I would take Nuggets at 5. Nuggets just got a backup center.
Yeah. Yes, the Nuggets are Nuggets top 5.
They got Bruce back in the spot where he belongs.
They make good moves.
Okay, and then they got a young Cam Johnson instead of having Michael Porter. So I like that exchange, and I like them getting a backup center. Joker, all he needed was a backup center.
Kudos to the Nuggets for coming in like they never missed a beat. Lost the coach and the GM, coming in, making moves, playing hard, did everything they needed to do. Like, that's what you want. When you transition from a coach, a GM, that's what you want. Kudos to them.
Yeah. Nuggets are class act organization. I would love to work for them.
Well, once again, it's looking like the West is bringing the thunder, man.
I mean, the West is always. I mean, they're gonna beat up on each other. And last but you want to hear something that's crazy? Instead of Dallas, I jumped the gun on that, but Dallas is gonna be very long and athletic and defensive, man. Like they really are. I'm looking at them that way. They're missing guards and Kyrie's hurt. But I'm just looking at all that length, man, and depth.
I think they'll barely make the playoffs.
Wow.
They'll make the playoffs.
I
think they'll barely make the playoffs.
I disagree. But one more intriguing team.
The Wild West, bro.
I know.
Think about it.
And listen, one more intriguing team that we haven't talked about is them San Antonio Spurs.
They're not ready yet.
Okay.
They cooking. They getting there.
Okay.
They're not ready yet.
We'll see. Listen, Dylan Harper who I feel like is going to be
I talk about.
looking at his pedigree, and I'm looking at his lefty jump shot and his ball control. And listen, Castle already run Rookie of the Year last year. You got De'Aaron Fox, second year. Wemby, they got a nice young core, man.
They do. They
I'm just,
cooking.
they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, man, don't. And listen, don't try to be humble about them Rockets. You came on to the show with Kanye West and champion and all that. Let's discuss these paper
Yes, I
champions.
did.
They
Yeah,
paper
man.
champions.
Nah, they ain't paper champs. Ain't nobody put them on champs on paper, man. Cause we still in the same division as the defending champions. That's the thing you gotta think about, man. It's tough, bro. It's the Wild Wild West. Like I said, we making championship type moves. We putting ourselves in position, and that's what I'm saying, positioning. And that's why you upset or disgruntled a little bit with your team, is because they not positioning themselves for a championship in the waning career of LeBron James. You only got him for so much longer. And it's like during that time, during that window, you should be going for broke. But you know what? It reminds me a lot of the Dallas Cowboys. It's like when you have the opportunity to get right over that hump, it's like make that move, you just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it's like you got these great players that are in the right positions and just need a little more help, and you don't give it to them.
yeah. Of course, people gonna say I'm biased because I'm a LeBron guy, but I mean, you're totally right. I mean, that's silly. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you why you do it if you're a Laker GM. Holding on and hanging on to all these first rounds and all that, and give them to people that can help you win right away. You know why you can do that, Sacks? Because you're the Lakers and you can acquire free agents.
F them picks.
Come on,
Go
you
get
don't
you
need those
somebody.
picks.
Hey, them picks are, yeah, you gon' here's the thing. I feel like they're scared or that LeBron's gonna leave and then they're not gonna have anything to help. But you got Luca now. So you could just build around him.
Yeah,
I would gamble if I was them. I would gamble and say we're never gonna be bad enough to be a lottery team. So
right.
F them picks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right, man. And with that said, I just don't understand why they haven't. First of all they had to do was get a legit center and another playmaker around Andy Davis and LeBron. That was first and foremost. I mean, and they skated away from that for years. And then they said, you know what, we're going to do you better. We're going to get you a center, but it's not going to be with us. And that's what they did. And so now, Luka, the formula with Luka is he has to have defensive players and lob catchers behind him. Just the way he plays, how he draws the defense up, and how he passes. You got to have
Right.
that around him. And that's worked for him. But secondly, bro, have you seen the LeBron? Okay, we talked about Ayton and how he gonna get in gear with them being in the organization and having LeBron and having some leadership there, right? What about the leadership and the just the aura of it rubbing off on Luca and he losing all that weight? Boy, have you seen him? Slim
I'm just,
Luca?
you just gotta put people in the right positions, the right situations, and just let it happen. Sometimes these things need to happen organically. You know what I mean,
Right.
so to speak. Like, but you gotta plant them in a good garden, and then watch them fruit. And I think Dallas was not a good garden for him, and that was the thing. He wasn't planted well there. I don't know,
Mentally.
man.
I think he performed well on the court, but it was the off the
Yes,
court
yes, yes, yes.
in the
Yes,
ment
all
in
the
the
other things around it couldn't
right
let him feel like he should.
right the mentality that he was supposed to partake. Like you can tell it's changed already since being at the Lakers. So
Right.
I'm
And that's crazy to say considering that he had as far as they went his
right
last complete season with him. It's like
exactly
it was at the precipice.
right. So we're
So
gonna see. We're gonna see. But again, it's that West is gonna be so wide open. But teams are gonna beat up on each other. So I don't anticipate no one just kind of just sitting at the top of the hill. I mean, from 1 through 7, 8 kind of thing. I just feel like everybody's gonna be. It's all about matchups. It's all about matchups.
I mean, but I will be honest with you. That's what I thought going into this past season. And OKC just said we running away with this thing.
I mean,
They during the regular season they was out in front of everybody. I mean, from wire to wire, they were the top team.
Absolutely.
It was never a question of anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, Rockets matched up well against them. I think Rockets won the season series against them, I believe. But overall, they put it together
Well,
well.
again, I hope you don't block. I hope you don't pump my brakes or block me again. But let's switch gears to your Rockets that have done a fabulous job in free agency and in the draft as far as doing things. I mean, man. But again, it's on Udoka at this point. I mean, he has a lot of weapons, a lot of toys, but I just don't feel like that at this point. He's like Tom Thibodeau, as far as like not nothing out there, but it's defensive, and then really don't trust your bench. I mean, and those two things, he's so
I think that there's some guys that jumped on and are quick learners and understood what he needed and what he wanted, and they were able to go ahead and fall in line with that. And
okay.
there's some people that take a little more time, but I believe he has a certain standard, and he says if you're not hitting this standard, you're not going to see the floor. You might play somewhere else, but you're not going to play here. And the people that will play here will go far with him. And I think he'd rather do it that way than put you out on the floor and then you let us down.
Yeah,
And you gotta have complete confidence in whoever you put out there. Because like not to trivialize war or something, but when you go to battle, you want somebody that you could trust to have your squad. You going
yeah,
out there, and if you know that I can't trust you, I can't be in that foxhole with you, then you should not put them on the floor.
yeah,
And that's just what it is. And like I'll go down with the ones that I trust, the ones that's doing it the right way, than to go out there and fight with somebody who's not all the way in. And
I,
and I'm and somebody in particular that I'm thinking about, and I think that this is his opportunity. And Cam, that's what I'm talking about. I think this is his opportunity. We're gonna find out what Cam is really made of, how
yeah.
he comes out this season. I'm interested in these summer league games. I already got them all pinned and ready to go. I want to watch that. I want to see what we do in summer league, see how these guys go, because we still are very early in the Ime Udoka coaching era for the
Right,
Rockets.
right.
And so I want to see who takes the coaching, who develops, who comes along, who realizes their role and finding their spot. And I think he's also clearly let everybody know, like, I don't have no problem getting rid of you. We don't, me and Raphael, we talk. I don't
Hmm.
have no problem getting rid of you. If you don't fit, we'll see you somewhere else.
Hey, hey. He set that tone.
You're a high point man. You can score more points than anybody on the team. Guess what? We can bring somebody in and score more points than you.
It's facts. It's
If we can't
facts.
depend on you, why we got you?
I like you backing up your coach. I like you backing up the philosophy and all that good stuff. I do, and I like
I
you,
think
Doka. I like you, Doka. I don't like that he knee long. I don't like that, but that's his personal business.
I don't like it. Who would like it, brother? Who would like it? Yeah, come on.
We all grew
Yeah,
up. We all grew up.
but I'm not gonna define the man by his mistakes.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Now we just having a little fun. We just being
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
nah. We ain't defining him
he
on
dropped the
that. We
bag. For sure. He fumbled on that one for sure.
Bumbo.
For sure, that was a huge fumble. That was a
Hey,
Cam
hey,
Newton in the Super
hey,
Bowl fumble.
right. Hey, fumble Rooski, fumble Rooski.
Woo.
Hey, listen.
That was it.
Hey, he fumbled and he got fined. He got fined because he was tampering. You can't mess with the church's money. He's at work. You can't do that. So that was another dumb ditty. But nah, man. Hey, listen. This is what I'm trying to get you to figure out, though. So as you saying that, you talking about Cam Whitmore, right? I think Cam Whitmore's mental has to change. He has to. If he doesn't figure it out, somebody in his camp or just anybody. I mean, tips from other bloggers, podcasters, me, you, everybody. I mean, everybody knows this is make or break.
Amazing talent, though. Let's not. I don't want to
He's
discount that at
but
all in the
but
least bit. Amazing
but
talent.
But listen, the talent and the don't always match. And we talked about that with Greg last week about being fit and fitting in somewhere else and not somewhere else and why don't this guy play? I mean, bro, I've seen him play, you've seen him play, the world's seen him play, but here's the thing. This is why he slipped in the draft.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. That's why he slid.
That's why he slid. So my thing with him is back to Udoka. I can see you not playing Cam. I can see you not playing the rookie and Reed. But everybody knows them Holiday boys. They pit bulls. Explain to me why Aaron didn't play in the playoffs. when guard play was shaky. I mean, why is Mr. Tate in street clothes, man? I mean, he mixes it up. He's PJ Tucker Jr. I mean, you talking about role players that you can trust. He didn't play them too. Didn't dress one. And Jabari Smith's minutes were less in the playoffs. A young guy. And you can't tell me he don't play defense.
And I will tell you though, but Jabari he came out, he's all in. He got his contract. Like he's developing.
He did.
He's almost there. I think they believe in Jabari. I think they believe in Tate. I think they believe in Holiday. I think they just weren't there yet in his mind. He's Tari. You know they believe in Tari. Like that's why they protected those players. That's why they didn't let him go. You should. I'm sure that the Suns wanted
more.
Any and all of those guys, but they didn't let him go.
They didn't budge.
They do believe in these cats. They're just not there yet.
They said, "Look, we'll give you 45 second rounders, but we ain't giving no good players."
No, hey
boys, 47 second rounders, boy. Y'all ain't got a second round to the year 2072.
5 second rounders, but second rounders get traded back and forth like candy, bro, like Pokemon cards. Come on, you know that, man.
I know. I know. Yeah.
So yeah, 5 second rounders don't mean
that was the sacrifice that they was willing to make. We'll give you 1 million second rounders, but you ain't getting none of this young talent. And hey, speaking of young talent, it's safe to say that Amon Thompson is the new point forward. I mean, because he's not like a shooter. He's not like what you call a guard. He's positionless. But that kid, I can't wait to see what he looks like with the Durant out there and having another year on his belt, being in the playoffs. Like I'm excited.
I hope he's shooting, man. I hope he's in the gym. Imagine if that man get a shot. Imagine with Durant on the floor and he hits a shot. He better be in the gym as we speak right now. I'm telling you, shooting them jumpers right now.
Yeah, getting them up.
Because that's something that you can develop.
Yeah,
develop an NBA shot.
Right.
But he got a lot of the intangible things that you cannot develop. Like he got it from day one. So you just develop that shot.
And he plays defense. I mean, that's the great thing about him. He's good on offense, but he's great on defense. So
he cares about defense. Like he takes that personal.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, man. Again, Rockets.
Hey, we had this whole conversation and we didn't even mention. So one of the people's main concerns when we picked up Kevin Durant, people didn't say much about losing Jalen Green. They didn't say much about that. But you know who they mentioned? They mentioned Brooks. And it's funny, before that, they never even said, when they talk about all these people we want to keep, make sure we keep Şengün, make sure we keep Thompson, make sure we keep all of these people. They never said, make sure we keep Brooks.
Right.
Nobody ever said, make sure we keep Brooks. Then when Brooks was gone, then a lot of people were like, oh, we gave away Brooks. Brooks was one, he was the heartbeat of the team. He's the one made it. No. You know what we did? We went out and we got somebody that does the same thing, but better, without all the antics, without all the extra stuff.
Without all the dancing around in your videos, trying to be all that old diddy bop.
Yeah, all up in the videos. But speaking of
dancing in the tunnels.
Speaking of around the time when the NBA season kicks off, Puffy's gonna learn his fate. He say he bad boy for life, so we're gonna find out.
Whoa. Well, speaking of bad
boys, 20 years.
Hey, speaking of bad boys, them Detroit Pistons, I think they on notice, and everybody in the East, I mean, looking at what they did in free agency as well, like, I like
what they're doing. And if you think about it, they're not far removed from being a very bad team. Like the laughingstock almost of the NBA. They're not far removed from that. And now they're top 15 team in the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that Trajan Langdon?
What's that?
Trajan Langdon, the GM.
Yeah.
Got to give kudos to him.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my people's Misty Boyd on the staff, just changing the culture within the atmosphere. Yeah, man, Detroit is back. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
I hate that they lost Tim Hardaway Jr. and the Malik Beasley kid seemed to be in trouble with his little gambling, scandal going on. I hope he clears that. because they need that young fella.
Yep. And I mean, kudos to JB Bickerstaff, man. Got them boys playing.
He do. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's good. I mean, again, if you talking about that
Other guy
3-point
that was
foul,
on the Rockets, for a while. What's
yeah,
that?
that foul that they didn't call against the Knicks, you talking
That was
about
different from the series, man.
you talking about a whole different outcome. Maybe they in the finals.
Right. So I give it to them, man. They gonna be hard to handle.
One more thing that I didn't want to forget. Not only did the Dorius Finney-Smith move, let's not. I almost forgot. Now I know his mileage. I know his mileage is got a little bit more on it since Atlanta, but Clint Capella back in Houston, I like it.
It's a solid move, man. It allows us to it gives us that extra lob threat that we need that Steven Adams was not going to be able to do. You can put
Defense,
him and Shingun on the floor at the same time and make some things happen, and they can't just hack him and because he can shoot free throws a little bit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yes, it makes us athletic, a little more athletic. I like it. It's because basically what we did is he replaced Jock Landale.
yeah.
Today, they went ahead and parted ways with Jock Landale, which as soon as they signed him, I knew that was going to happen. I was like, they just looked at it and they said, "Hey, he's better than Jock Landale.
Right.
We got the opportunity to go get him. Let's go get him,
Yeah,
and let's make this move." So the front court is looking pretty good.
I agree. I
Looking
agree,
pretty
brother.
good.
It's Houston. I can't be more satisfied with what they done. It's just crazy. Yeah,
I like it because the matchups that we can throw a number of different things at you, different matchups at you, and you got guys that can guard multiple positions and play
yeah,
multiple positions.
yeah.
And so I think that we can look at any team and we can say, okay, we can match up with you this way, but can you match up with us? You
Right.
know what I mean? Can you do this? Because I mean, you gotta account for Durant. And the other thing is with Durant, we're not. I don't think we don't look for us to have heavy usage of Durant during the regular season. I don't think we need to. I don't think we should. I don't think it's smart. I think keep his usage down and then bring it up in the playoffs.
There's 48 minutes in the game. How much you playing them, Coach Satch?
I think your tops is 30. That's the top during the regular season. You're not playing more than 30 minutes a game.
I got you. I was thinking anywhere from 28 to 32. It depends on who you're playing in the the game or whatnot. But nah, I can buy that. He's saying he wants to retire here. You said that as long as his contract's well, as far as him staying, and he said he wants to retire here. So I think you're
Not
happy.
just saying, but like we can't give him we can't give him the world, because then that's going to hinder everything else we got going. So it's got to be team friendly, so to speak.
Right.
Similar to how Fred Van Vliet, he was due 45 in 1 year, and he said, okay, we'll give you 50 over 2 years, and he's like, all right, cool, let's do it. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Give you extra 5 million. Give us another year. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, we need stuff like that. Like, let's realize what we're here to do. We're here to win
Right.
games, and you got plenty money, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I get that. KD shouldn't be trying to get the bag. I mean, pay him what he's worth, but don't hurt us. And that's what I was saying with LeBron. If he gonna come back, take a little pay cut, and he didn't. He took that whole 50-something million. I don't think the Lakers are serious about winning, bro. They just can't be.
And I think LeBron, in his mind, he can't do it. You know why? Because he's thinking. I think in his mind, he justifies this. I'm doing this for everybody. I'm doing this for the league. I got to get the most that I can get because if I'm the top and I don't get the most, then who else is gonna get it? Like I'm doing
Right.
this for the. I think that's the type of person he is. That he in his mind thinks that he has to get the most, so the next man could get the most.
I mean, that could be something to know.
Sound like a LeBron comment, don't it?
Hey, he definitely is a pioneer as far as just taking over the brotherhood and looking out for others. Like he believes in that. So who knows? But nah, I just don't see him as a strong championship contender right now. Of course, we talking in July, but I'm just not optimistic. Their bench, their youth, they're just any of that. I mean, there's so many other teams that got a lot more going on excitement wise. I mean, it's gonna be exciting to watch him another year and see how he can just keep moving. But I mean, it's just as yeah, man. He's riding on out. He's riding on out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I had something I wanted to ask you about. So, obviously, of course, we know that we talked about the Knicks when they let go of Thibodeau, and then they had this coaching surge. It really just made the front office look bad. But ultimately, I'm not here to kick the Knicks and say that because it wasn't smart. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about at one point in time, they said basically like they were considering Don Staley, who is an amazing coach, right? And we know that. Amazing player she was as well. But what do you think? Do you think that the league, the public, the players are ready for a female head coach in the NBA? And what would be some challenges, hurdles to overcome for the first female NBA coach, a la Whoopi Goldberg and Eddie? So,
Eddie.
yeah, what do you think?
Well, the
Talk your
facts of the
talk.
ma- the facts of the matter is, brother, that if it did take place, it wouldn't be in New York City and the New York
No.
Knickerbockers. It would have to be, now I could see it taking place where that young lady was behind Pop. I forgot her name. She was in San Antonio. She was the first, assistant woman head coach. I forgot her name. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I could see
I know what you're talking about.
I could see that taking place in an organization like San Antonio with them, where she was already there. But to take a Don Staley, who is the queen of college basketball coaching right now, and dump her right in the NBA like that, I think she would have to make the transition first as an assistant and then go in there. I don't think you take anybody from that level from a woman. From a woman's standpoint, the game is too different, and I don't know if she's gonna gather that leadership. Now, I'll tell you this though: if JJ Redick can go from the booth and from podcasting and go third in the NBA to score, and you can say that's LeBron leadership, or you can say that that's whatever you want to say. He came, he saw, and he conquered, and he got the third freaking seeding in the West. Now, with that said, I want to say, with all due respect, Don Staley has way more coaching experience, status, and expertise than JJ Redick. So I think it could be done, but I just think that it's only going to be done on a small arena and something that where you like kind of grandfathered in, not where you just make that jump from like South Carolina to like the NBA. Like I don't think that they're gonna do anything like that. You know,
Okay. On that note, do you know who Rick Carlisle, who was just in the NBA Finals? Do you know who his head assistant is?
it's a female, but I don't know her name.
Yeah, Jenny Busek or yes.
It
So
may have been a chick from San Antonio.
is she next up then? If that along those lines is saying like, okay, is she closer to being an NBA head coach than a Don Staley then?
Would say so as far as the experience and being there already and doing it one, but I'll tell you this though, brother. These are the facts are how do you okay, so let's just say, and we're just going off the record here, you played college football, right? And you've been around where coaches come in professional. How many jock straps and cheeks and yeah, I don't want to go get too personal, but isn't there a lot of scenery for a coach that probably shouldn't maybe be saw by a female? I'm just throwing it out there, brother.
I don't even think it's that. This is what I'm gonna tell you. So this is what I'm gonna say. Did you hear the recent interview with Jabari Smith? And he spoke on the blank of his name, the Stephen Silas.
Okay.
Jabari is basically, I'm paraphrasing, said that Stephen Silas he knows his game. He knows basketball in and out. But what he could not do is control that team.
Mm.
And that would be my biggest concern for a female going into the head coaching job is that when you have a group with those of young players or
Mm-hmm.
veterans, how is she going to come in and control that team,
I
regardless
got
of what she knows? Because they're gonna, at the end of the day, they're always gonna look at her and say, "You never did this for one."
facts. Facts.
You know, you never played at this level. You never coached at this level. And then this is some people, whether it's right or wrong or indifferent, they don't believe that a woman should be telling a man what to do. That is some people's beliefs. I'm not condoning that, but some people believe that, and so that is something that's going to be a hurdle, an obstacle for that first female coach to overcome. I think one day it's going to happen. Whether
Right.
it's a success or not, I don't know, but I think it will depend on her ability to control the team. Not her game, her knowledge, her basketball acumen, none of that. Her ability to control the team. Because if not, she'll end up like a Steven Silas. Not because she's a woman, but because of everything that surrounds that could inhibit her from controlling that locker room, controlling that team. Nothing to do with a jock strap or somebody walking around with a towel or nothing like that. I think it's they have to respect her. She has to demand respect. She has to control that team, and they have to do and fall in line. And they have to know that she has to have teeth too, because the front office has to give her enough leeway to say, "Hey, if this is what I want to do, this is how it's going to go. It's going to go that way. And if you don't get with us, then it's like get down to lay down." She got to come in like that, and that's why I feel like if there was somebody, I feel like Don Staley could come in and be like that because that's just how she is already. You know what I mean? That comes natural. That's innate. And I don't think it matters who it is that she's coaching. She's gonna be herself. But she said she don't have any aspirations on doing that. But I think that's why her name gets coming up, as opposed to this Jenny. I don't know her how she is as far as working with the players, but I feel like she is taking a different route in that she's working her way up and putting pelts on the wall, and so she can say when she comes in, saying, I mean, because if the Pacers would have won that championship, they were one game away, then she could say, "Hey, man, I'm a championship coach."
Right.
So I think there's some things that could happen, but I think that's still to be the biggest obstacle, and it's not going to have anything to do with X's and O's. It's going to have everything to do with demanding respect in that locker room.
Yeah. Well, speaking of X's and O's, it's all about Jims and Joes, and I don't think there's no room. I couldn't say it. It was too easy, but it was too disrespectful.
I'm glad you didn't. We
Yeah.
too early on to get canceled, man. We don't need to get canceled.
No.
Y'all forgive him.
No, I'm just joking. No, I'm really. I mean, seriously, man. I just like you said, it's just all about the egos, and cats being in their feelings, and cats are defiant, man. Within the female aspect of it, and I can see that transferring into coaching, and it just would be a lot to deal with. So yeah,
man.
Yes, sir.
But I think that is something that eventually is going to happen. We'll
It
see
will.
how it works out.
And I could see the Pacers, a low market kind of team, Hoosierville,
You said it this time. Yeah, I told y'all low market.
No,
Pacers, India, low market.
listen. When I say low, first of all, you hold on. If that's the case, there's a lot of low market teams in the NBA. Let's just go there. If we're gonna go, I'm talking about when I say high market, I'm saying Chicago, New York, LA. Those are the big markets. You know what I mean?
Destination.
You still got some
people want to live.
You still got some Naptown people out there looking for you, though. You better be careful.
They know where to find me. You can catch me in the H, baby. I know where you won't catch me in Naptown.
Hoosierville.
Looking for me? You looking for me there? You looking in the wrong place.
I mean, and
But I love y'all. I love y'all. If you from Indianapolis, Naptown, and you watching this, you tuned in. I love y'all.
Straight up.
I do.
Yeah.
I rock with y'all because y'all rock with me.
I got some love for me in Naptown.
You don't?
Yeah.
So biggest losers since this season. Who's gonna take the biggest slide?
You know what? Let's stay with Naptown. I mean, first and foremost, you lost Tyrese Halliburton, and he's not going to play for the 2026 year. You can forget it. So I'm just being honest. You lost Halliburton. Listen, he's the number one player, and then you let Miles Turner walk for like a cheap deal, and he's been your frontier, and he's your center that held you down and anchored you. So I feel like they lost with that. I mean, they got some decent depth on their bench as far as Matherin should be ready to rock and roll now, right? But no, I think Indiana is sliding, man. The stock is.
And remember what I said after they lost the championship. I told you, I said their window was closed. I said the window was closed.
You did.
Championship window is closed.
It's closed. So
told you.
I mean, I like Naptown. I like Rick Carlisle in that organization, but they made a fight at it. But they need more guards, and they didn't get any, and there's none out there.
I mean, there's a couple.
Yeah, but not that's gonna change the trajectory of your organization.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but Atlanta Hawks, I want to talk about Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks, they went ballistic.
They trying to do something, man.
Hey, right now, if you're in the East, bro, you'd be a fool not to be trying to like do what you do because
Everybody in the East got to be thinking, why not us?
it's
Especially
wide.
Boston going to be down. Boston going to be down. Pacers. So you look at the teams that were the top teams this season. At least two of them are out. I think this next year.
You got some chop lickers out there right now. You got New York licking their chops. You got Cleveland licking their chops, and I like Atlanta. Yeah,
Orlando too. Orlando got to
yeah.
be licking their chops too. I mean, they were a team that's creeping up on the come on, just like the Pistons. Pistons, Orlando, those teams that were like getting over the hump. Look for them to say, hey, the exit. I'm just going ahead and say it. The exit of the Pacers and the Celtics from that upper echelon. We got to get in that. But then you got to think Philly. Philly
I'm
when
a,
Embiid come back.
I'm gonna hit you with the. It's not enough. Desmond banned on the team's not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry. Like you're
Not
not gonna
enough.
convince me that Desmond Bain is gonna like make the Magic like a contender at this point. I'd go with Embiid being healthy and Philly being healthy better than I. Let's talk about Philly getting healthy. Now, now listen. I wouldn't depend on Joe Embiid for nothing at this point. I wouldn't depend on Paul George at this point. I just wouldn't. But they got a good rookie in the VJ Edgecombe kid. Tyrese Maxey is dynamite. The kid from Duke had a good first year. The fingernail painting dude, the high yellow fella. 76ers, I mean, it's open. But Embiid got to be healthy and he's got to come in shape. I mean, come on. He set out a whole a year and a half, didn't he? Didn't he? Yeah. Paul George stealing money. They got Kelly Oubre back. I mean, they should be decent. But again, that East is wide open, though, brother.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They got to be thinking, why not us?
Yeah. And don't
I
count out
mean, what you
Boston.
listed could be enough to win the East.
Excuse me. That's been the biggest failure. Boston, what the hell are y'all doing? I mean, Drew Holiday got
They
traded to Portland.
they trying to avoid this luxury tax,
I mean, Anthony Simmons, he can fill it up though, bro. He's a scorer.
but clearly they trying to avoid the luxury tax. They just trying to get lean.
Yeah, you pay Jason Tatum all that money, and now he's hurt for a year. You pay Jaylen Brown a lot of money, and they really don't have anything to do outside of him. And you gotta play white money too, So yeah, I mean, again, I don't count them out, but at the same time, I just don't know what they're doing.
And that's my fear for the Rockets is that I don't want them to end up in that type of situation. That's why I'm really paying attention to these contracts, man. Because I could see that being on the horizon if we're not fiscally responsible.
Yeah, for sure. I think y'all fine. I think y'all right where y'all need to be.
Yeah.
I think y'all right where you need to be.
Justice for sure.
Hey, fans, facts, and feelings. Fans, facts, and feelings, man. It's all about the fans, and we're ready to see if you're gonna state facts or you're gonna state them feelings.
Yeah, and if you do, you state the feelings. That's cool. You can say that. If you want to get on here and just vent and just talk about how you feel about your team, whether they making you feel good or feel bad, that's fine too. We're
Right.
ready. If you want to talk trash about the Eagles or the Texans, and you want to go toe to toe with us, we can do that too.
We got time.
Yeah, we ain't gonna. Like I told you, we ain't gonna edit it to make us look good. We just gonna put it out there, whatever it is.
Yeah, and they on the
Yeah,
unfold.
just like when Bright had to eat crow on them Lakers. We put it out there, man. We put it out there. So, and I just like when the Cougs lost in the championship. We put it out there. I was right there. I said it. I told you how it is. So don't be in your feelings about it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and yeah, I think I didn't I say Florida was gonna win it.
I think you did.
I think I said Florida had the guards and they had the height.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm rooting for Walter Clayton. I hope he can go in him.
I'm surprised he slid as much as he did.
Man, you know how NBA does. They go off for potential instead of proven. GMs quit going after potential over proven, man. It makes no sense. Makes no sense, man. So Walter Clayton, he's a gangster, man. I like him.
Okay, we'll see, man. We'll see. I feel like he's in a situation that we'll be able to see what he got really quickly.
Yeah. Utah, he's got the platform. Utah's got some. They lost Jordan Clarkson. They lost Sexton. So there you go. He's got that's 40 something.
He gotta play.
He gotta play. Gotta play.
So we're gonna see.
Yeah,
we gonna see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So let's do it again soon, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, always a pleasure, my guys. Salute. And hey,
Always,
take it easy.
always. Hey, and
Don't
if you missed the last episode with Greg Stratton, check that out, man. He dropping gems, man. Don't miss out on that. If you skip that one, go back.
go
We got it
back.
on YouTube. Go back, look at it because that is some stuff that you want to see.
Yes, sir. Don't sleep
Trust
on
me.
them gems,
Trust me.
baby.
You won't regret it.
Come on now.
You
Take your
won't regret
time
it.
with it. Get your favorite beverage and sit down and be still and listen to old Greg Stratton, man. Shout out to my guy, man. Yes, sir. Go back to it was a good point,
Absolutely.
Satch. Good point. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
Yep.
man.
And you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't have. You check that out, man. You can learn something.
And especially the young pups. The young pups. You better if you're trying to get it together, you better listen. You
Right?
better
And you
listen.
can hear a little bit more about a young B Right. He told a story about young B Right too.
Oh man, be right, be right. Hey, speaking of that, for all the be right followers, I got my scouting and my physical, my prowess has got to be on point because I got a young be right coming up out this thing, man. First son coming in December. I'm proud father. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, man. Congratulations on that to you and your beautiful wife. Your
appreciate it.
family has grown, man. You got a full basketball team now. You can put a starting five out there. That boy B
Woo.
Right don't play around. He
Hey,
don't
come
play
on,
around.
man.
But now he got his little point guard. He got his
Come
little
on.
point guard. Yeah, he said, remember he said a few episodes ago, he said, I'm a little guard. So, so now he got him a little guard.
Yeah, it's on. It's on like popcorn. And yeah, we appreciate all the supporters, all the fans, all the critics, all the haters. We even welcome the haters, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, one
All
love. We
right,
gonna
man.
catch y'all. We gonna catch
See
y'all
you
on the
next
next
time, brother. Yes, sir.
one.